So Ubisoft has finished off their press conference, and I think it's safe to say so far, with the stuff that we've had already, this is so far my favourite conference that we've had thus far, beginning of E3. Now, I definitely loved the vast majority of like new titles that they were showing, like compared to like Bethesda, where they were just like, hey, here's all our other games, let's just have tiny little expansions and let's just have VR for it. I generally think like a lot of the stuff that they were showing for this one was pretty goddamn fun. There was quite a few titles on there like were really interesting. There was a couple of hiccups here and there, but I'm going to be starting talking about some of the games on that they had on there in no real particular order. So I feel like the first one that a lot of people probably care about, and I want to talk immediately, was the Beyond Good and Evil 2. This is something that's been teased heavily for quite a while now. I'm not going to pretend that I know this series at all. I haven't played the games at all. I know there was a lot of like actual like hype around this. A lot of people wanted this has been through like development hell for a while. All I know about this game is that this is going to be a prequel to Good and Evil, and firstly, I want to say with that trailer, it was a completely CG trailer, so we only got to see like a few of the characters. I didn't see like any of like the iconic characters from there. I know like the main character has this like kind of this girl and this giant pig character, and although we did get to see him, there was a different guy. I don't believe that was the one that was thusly known and all that, but I really like this trailer a lot. If anything and all that, like a trailer is supposed to like convey like a lot of character, a lot of flavor, a lot of like interest in the series, and definitely like the two main characters that they had throughout at least this, whether or not they're going to be the main characters through the game, like that monkey guy and all that, like who's got a pretty British accent, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, that's fucking Swiss chocolate, man. Like okay, he came off really fucking British, and I was like, okay, he's selling me on the character. Them going around the streets like on their holobikes and all that, like shooting the shit up, having fun. It was really energetic, it was really fun, and a lot of passion went into that, and I feel like that really got me interested in it. I've never played the first one, so this actually strikes my interest in playing the first Good and Evil game. So I might actually, unless they do a HD remaster, or whether or not I might just play it just before like the actual launch of it comes out. So overall, the actual thing they started off though was the Rabbids and plus Mario crossover game that they had that was coming out for the Switch, which, by the way, like, it got leaked fucking like a good couple weeks ago. I think it got leaked a month ago or so, like this game that was going to be having like the actual promo teaser for it, and they had Miyamoto come out as well for this. It's like, it was really awkward at the start of the conference with them just like, yeah, look at our blasters, and like, let's just go on for a very long time about our relationship between Ubisoft and Nintendo, and it felt like Miyamoto was like, I want to talk to this guy and like really appreciate it, and the other guy was like, can I show the fucking game, mate? Honestly, how it felt like from there. But one thing is that this game is fucking XCOM. There's no way going around it. It is Mario painted XCOM, and what I mean by that is that they're strategy, shooting game, tactical games, and I fucking love, like, I love the XCOM games a lot, especially like the rebooted series and all that. Like, I love Enemy Unknown, and also as well XCOM 2. Those two games are fantastic, and if it's just that and with a Mario paint on it, and it looks like it's going to be kind of fun and has some little charm to it, for which I was worried about. Seems like it has a little bit on there. The only thing I'm worried about is that it has an exploration side to it, and then also as well, it also has like adding into it as well the battle side to it, and it's like, when a battle's coming up, they're going to be in these little stages. It feels weird, and like, I want to see if this is going to be good or not. Like, I generally has key interest. I might actually just get this on my Switch, because generally that, like, I feel like more games on the Switch the better. It's coming out this year as well, so I'm looking forward to that. The biggest, and I want to get out of the problem with the actual conference itself, was probably the Assassin's Creed Origins like reveal. One of the things is that they showed all of it off pretty much on Microsoft, so on their one they didn't have too much to talk about. On this one they just showed a new trailer. It was like, oh, let's show some new footage of like, some wildlife and shit. But then they're like, hey guys, do you want to see us play the game? You want to see gameplay? Well, you're going to have to go to the our other stream that's ending right at the end of the conference and get to see about 30 minutes of footage or so on that. The problem is that when they were trying to show some of that off, is that they're outside, and apparently we still we're living in the universe where there isn't a things called a capture device, where like the whole screen is fucked up because of the sun, and it's pitch black, so you can't really see any of it. So yeah, like, I mean, I believe we have things called Gatos now. I believe we have the capture devices, so I think it was maybe a last minute thing, but it looked really awkward and it was like really still, and it's like, yeah, look at this insane gameplay, but we couldn't fucking see any of it. So it was a weird fucking thing to add into there. So on there, it was all kind of thing. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, though, Skull and Bones, which is Assassin's Creed Black Flag entire ship game, but make it into its entire game. Honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised if originally this was going to be starting off as like, hey, people love the Assassin's Creed like whole gimmick, let's go and turn that into an entire game, and maybe they wanted to stop the whole big release of like Assassin's Creed games for a while, and it was like, hey, we've got Origins on the way, how about we make this its own title? So I feel that's what it is. Generally looks fun. It's like a co-op game, you can play with other people as well, like you kind of go around trying to get the most loot as possible. Whether or not, like, the thing is, like, whether or not that's the only part of the game, like, you can just shoot around your ship, I feel like it's like, oh, I hope there's a little bit more mechanics. Of course, there's different class ships and all that. I feel like this is something that would be fun, but would get very boring easily, and that's why, like, with the Assassin's Creed, like, with Black Flag, it kind of helped a lot that you could not only go out there to the open world onto these islands, you could also, as well, just go on the ship and have fun ship battles, and I hope that there's a little bit more to this game. There was a little bit that we saw of it, but it does look interesting. It did catch my interest. There was like a horror VR game that they were teasing as well, which was really fucking weird. That was like kind of really caught my eye, and I was like, I'm not a big fan of the of VR and all that. It has nothing really has like caught my eye on it, but I was like, okay, you know what? I think this might be something interesting and all that to have a look. Also as well, they got a South Park game, Fractured But Whole. They teased it last year, and also as well they've got like they're showing it again to say, hey, it's still coming out. I'm definitely going to be checking that out. The first one was hilarious, and a South Park phone game. I guess we're promoting phone games now on it, but it's like I was a little bit mixed kind of on there. The only literal, probably cringiest part of the entire conference was probably the Just Dance part of it. Like, it was that and the Assassin's Creed, I feel, was the only two weakest parts on there, where they just started dancing around and you're like, oh, you know what the fuck they did. For some reason, there was a panda on the stage, so a lot of people were saying, oh, fucking I'm on there. It was weird. Not to mention, like, Scorpion and Sub-Zeros are on there. It was fucking weird. Like, immediately when you saw these guys dancing, you're like, well, it's Just Dance. It's literally just this. Like, here you go. There, and it was weird, and it was like, I know they gotta pump it out every year. Like, I know that's a thing, but I'm generally here is like, does Just Dance, is it like really popular or something? I thought it'd be something like kind of like Guitar Hero or Rock Band, where it'd be like, hey, it's popular for like, you know, 1 or 2 games, and then it just die off like that. But I think they're still going strong, and I think casual audience still pick it up. So hey, if they sell, they sell. But maybe not always push them every time and all that, because I don't think the casual audiences are going to be watching it. I think that's more for a share, like the share like holders and all that, to say, hey, yeah, we're pushing these things that do really well. So I guess that's something there. And Far Cry 5, we finally got to see a little bit more gameplay of this. We've only really seen like kind of little teaser trailers for this for the most part. Haven't played anything since 3 and Blood Dragon. I heard 4 was pretty good, so I'm going to be checking this one out. I think this is fun. I think I'm ready for another open world game. I think the Far Cry games are pretty good. I think Far Cry 4 came out at the wrong time, and there was just too many games at once, I feel. So I definitely am going to probably give this a shot and all that. I know a lot of people enjoy 4 a lot, and I want to see if 5 is good, but this is something I'm gonna wait on, since there's a lot of games, and unfortunately I haven't got unlimited money to buy all of them. So, but they had a lot of stuff on on the stream. There was obviously there was not a lot I'm also as well not mentioning, but I feel like out of the games that I mentioned, and some of these are coming out this year, some of them are coming early to late now, the only one I believe we don't actually know about is Beyond Good and Evil 2. Like, they didn't mention anything of that. Like I said, I know that's been in development hell, so I wouldn't even be surprised and all that. If they're finally showing a trailer and I think they're like, we're getting ready to finally get ready for this, I wouldn't even be surprised if this is like late 2019. I think it's going to be in next year's E3. They're going to show some gameplay and they'll be like, we're going to be ready next year, or maybe fucking, like, you know, like, I wouldn't even be surprised if they even said early 2020. Like, that's how much I'm thinking, like, they could even take and all that, this game and all that. Since, like, the little information that I've got about it, since, like, you know, we had the whole shit with The Last Guardian, so maybe you're not there. I really do hope it's good. Overall, Ubisoft's one is good. Of course, the one I'm waiting for and looking forward to is definitely going to be Sony. I feel like Sony is going to have a lot of franchise, a lot of games that I want to see. But Ubisoft generally had a lot of things I was like generally interested in. There were some games I knew that just weren't for me, like The Crew. The snowboarding game looked kind of cool. Like I remember actually like I didn't think that even came out. I thought that was still like in beta or something, and it was like, oh, I guess that just released. It looked fine. Like I thought it was something interesting. Like, but yeah, like kind of racing simulators just isn't really my thing. So like I guess like some people are gonna enjoy it, but you know, I look forward to it. Overall, full thumbs up, and I think this was better than last year's one. I definitely will agree with that. I think, if I remember last year, Ubisoft had kind of one of the weaker ones, and it's weird now that we're kind of getting used to, like, cross-promo. Like, we had Xbox do it, where they were showing up background. It's like, hey, we're promoting the Switch and stuff like that. We've got this one with Ubisoft showcasing, like, you know, they're working with Nintendo as well. Like, it's weird that they're showcasing, like, a bunch of other kind of, like, products as well on there, where it's, like, a lot of times, like, it's just multi-platform, and they just kind of brush it on the side. But no, it seems like a lot of the companies are working together this year. Like, we had that with EA as well, when they were teaming up, like Microsoft, we got to see that. So it's really weird. Like, it's been a weird one. Whether or not they're going to be doing the same as well on Sony's platform, I feel like even after the Microsoft one being okay, I feel like they might have to step their game up and all that. Like, last year's one was really good on Sony's, and I don't know if they're going to live up to that, because the past 2 years have had really good ones, so maybe this one might be good. It really does depend on all that, because I want a lot of the games to come out, and unfortunately some of the ones I was really looking forward to, mainly being like the Final Fantasy stuff, I was hoping to see a little bit more on that. Kingdom Hearts as well, I know that's through fucking development hell, but fuck Nomura for that shit. And there are a couple of more games on there that I am generally interested to see and all that, and I'm looking forward to seeing them when they come out and all that. But that is all, though, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much and all that for watching it, and the next one I'll be doing is, and the last one, will be the Sony one. So, thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.